Hellos. So just come online um, in the morning here in Vietnam. So good morning from Vietnam. And I've just found a game. I went into the game filters, had a look what games are playing at the moment, and I found this one. It's a 2v2 game. I thought it'd be appropriate. We've got Definitely Maybe on the left with someone called Ruskiz. And on the left, on the right, my god, I keep doing that. And we've got Squirrel Salesman on the left with Ben D, who clearly looks like they're Canadian. And we've got 6 Airborne there, and this is not entirely sure. Staghound Mark 1. Is this actually Canadian? Possibly. And on the other side we've got Sturmgruppe. Is that Großdeutschland? Possibly. Oh no. It's Lehr, Panzer Lehr. Oh, Panzer Lehr here. Sorry, and this one, I think it's Großdeutschland. GD Pioneer. Yes, it is. Anyway, while we're waiting for him to deploy, I'll take this opportunity to go in and chat about the 2v2 league, because I may as well. Ugh, hopefully it doesn't start too soon. Yeah, I have started trying to get teams together for this very early, because it's meant to start by mid-late March after the SDL Season 10, the 1v1 league. But yeah, I like to be very prepared, get everything ready, make sure there's lots of teams. So at the moment, where we're at, the European Competitive League is absolutely going ahead. There's plenty of teams for that at the moment. In the lower level, there's a couple of teams. It's probably going to fill up more, so that's going to be good. Americas, it looks like the Competitive League, still waiting on a couple of teams to join up, but I know they will be joining up, so that's going to happen too. The European Competitive, I might... Well, yeah, we'll see, but there might be a point where I'm going to have to cut off the number of teams because I can't have an odd number of teams. So, yeah, if you are interested, then the sooner you get into that, the better. But at the moment, I think we've got about 8 teams, which will be 2 groups of 4. But obviously, it goes up to 9. That's not going to work. Then it's going to be working at 10, and at 12, and at 16, and at 20. But I don't expect to get to 20 teams on the competitive. But what I want to talk about more than anything now is the Super Noob, I can't even speak, Super Noob level, or the casual play level. And this is for those of you out there, maybe you just bought the game, or you're watching this, you're thinking about buying the game and getting involved. This will be the one for you. And it's going to be like a worldwide, doesn't matter where you are in the world, it's just one big group of people. And what I'm going to do with this is it's going to be against AI. So you play 4 games, there'll be different scenarios against AI, and you can choose what level you play against, medium, hard, very hard, or hardest. And if you beat them, then you get more points depending on the AI you played against. Then once all those 4 games have gone, you'll probably be a bit more experienced at the game, you'll know what you're doing more, and then there'll be a knockout competition with where you're playing against the other teams that have been competing against the AI. And that is entirely optional. You don't have to play against any other humans in case you don't feel up to that, you don't enjoy it as much. It's completely optional. But I think it just gives people people who are new to the game or not so good, just gives them opportunity to have some fun, compete at some level, even if they don't have to play against other players. Just see how well they can do against the AI. So anyway, that's that. And the lower league, that is basically, it's going to be, in case you don't know what that is, because most people are probably not going to read all the rules, it's basically just a handicap system. Oh, we're off. Anyway, I'll chat more in a minute. Yeah, it's a handicap system where once each team has played each other once, then depending on the number of wins difference you've got from those first set of games, when you play them again, you then get a little handicap bonus. So if you play 3 games, say there's four teams, you've won none, and you play against someone who's won 3, you will get a big bonus then, because they've got 3 wins over your 0 wins. That's for the second round of games. So yeah, it might be a bit brutal at first if you lose all 3 games, but after that you'll get a bit of a leg up with the handicap system, which will remain static throughout the rest of the second half of the season. Anyways, let's have a look here. So this map is a bit of a crazy one. Have I got the thing turned on? Uh-oh, did I turn on the mic? I did. Yeah, alright, good. That's good news. So, Lair, the very unusual division. These Panzer stretch squads, they have to come in the half track, so they're quite expensive. You have 5 points for that, and so it's 35 points in total, and they're quite slow. Panzer stretch coming in here, there's nothing to snipe at the moment. Puma's coming in, SPW as well. 6-pounder should take care of both of those. The Piats can as well, but they're not quite in range, I think. In the centre, push on the hill. Stern Pioneer yet to unload. Spotters coming in here. Looks like these players know what they're doing, at least on the ally side for sure. And that decent rush in here. Shoring up the defences here. Shoring up defensive here. Yes, it looks like these are pretty experienced players. What's it say? Here. Also wants to get rid of that. And already, early doors, 6 airborne have got across the river here, which can be a problem. Mosquitoes coming in to go for the pack. It's a Flak 37. It looks like it's a bit too hidden. It's in a heavy forest, so I don't think it's be able to repulse a Mosquito in time. It's only just starting to fire now. Oh, it is enough. It is enough. I'll take that back. Yeah, GD, I don't think these are the best division in the world. MP44s, 300 meter range. As you can see, he's not in range for killing any of these, so these guys will be able to shoot freely onto these units. They're not good. They're okay in towns, but you need to put them further back. They're just awkward. They're better in forests, but even then they're not fantastic, to be honest. Yeah, here, this unit, again, ironically, this is better out in the open. That is why this division is a bit mixed up and a bit of a mess, in my opinion. But we're at 12-12. No idea what the settings are of this game. Like I say, it is being played now. It's live. Rifles coming in. What? Actually, I didn't even look at it. It is Canadian. Yeah. Canadian 6 airborne, Lair, and yeah, Gross Deutschland. Yeah. The Canadians have some interesting units. The stormtroopers. They can come in the funny little fast vehicles with machine guns. Quite nice. 6 airborne. We can expect to see a decent amount of airplay coming out from those, but we've already got the Flak 37s are out, or 37 millimeter, sorry, Flak 43 are out for Gross Deutschland to take care of that. We've got a Flak 41 as well in the centre, and SDKFZ. Yeah, that's definitely the AA, yeah, in the south as well. So they're well covered on the air, and when it comes to the Commonwealth divisions, they do have pretty strong air. The Spitfires have been buffed recently. They're much cheaper now, more effective. But they're going to have a hard time getting anywhere against these. It's going to bring out some artillery to take care of these, which is also something Canadians have, like, inexhaustively, I would say. The, what they called? The mobile arty pieces. I'm sure we'll see one later. Remember what they're called. Tetrarch Little John's coming out. 6-pounders in an unusual position. He just wants to cover any kind of tank advancement into this area. The Stug can take out this Centaur. Is he? Oh, nice micro here from Squirrel Salesman. These Paulsons, at least he's got it at 2-star, but 20 millimeters. These are pretty poor. Pretty poor. He's a very early commander as well. I'm surprised he's not got a leader up into here. I imagine he might be bringing one out at some point, dropping it here, getting it across into this forest to help boost up his infantry. And he's not got his infantry up vetted. Not much anyway. They automatically come up vetted anyway, but if you put them at double stars in 6 airborne, you get really good availability. But he's making use of the leaders, which would have got these up to 3 stars no problem without the commander. Seems an unusual choice. Focke-Wulf coming in. Rocket bomber going for the 6-pounder there. Might take down the Stug before it gets in. Shooter's knocked out. It's going to get one more shot off, I think, before it gets destroyed. The AA is not going to take care of it. It's gone. This is the thing with these Polstons that you can see there. 2 of them next to enough, even one of them's at 2 stars. This thing, is it going to be even slightly damaged? If they were both at 2 stars, then maybe it would do a bit of damage. Look at it. It's got a few dents in it, that's all. And it flew directly over both of them. In the south, we're still on the 12-12. Canadians, the rifles making an advancement here. Up against the MGs. MG42s, they're just going to get pinned like they are doing here. Rifles, they're expendable squads. These are actually decent in close combat, I would say, because you've got the Bren, which works under 100 meters, the Stens, which are not fantastic, but they're something. So it adds up to like 2 points of damage, but really it's a bit less than that because it's, you don't want to count that as being the actual damage output in a way, because they're slow, very slow firing, the Stens. The accuracy is not very good. Whereas if we look on, let's look at this squad here. These things, 45% accuracy, rate of fire, 960. This means every round it increases the accuracy, and when you're closer as well, it increases the accuracy. Whereas if you look at these things, it's 40, and the rate of fire is extremely slow. So it does make a big difference. That's why the Sten is pretty bad as a submachine gun. Focke-Wulf coming in again. Is this the same one? Probably not. I think this has a good chance of taking out the Staghound. Another buff unit. Been reduced to 30 points, I believe. Is he going to get it? Yep. Nice takedown there. Some AA coming in. Crusader AA Mag 2. Another unit which has been buffed up. I think you get better availability. Oh, here they are, the priests. That's what I was thinking about. And he's got them at double star near the commander. Nice idea. Starting to deal with the AA now, as expected. These are going to be a bit more tricky to deal with, though, as long as what's his face here? Definitely maybe. As long as he keeps these mobile after shooting at the planes, then he should be able to keep them out of harm's way, which is a bit of micro to do. I've got Panzer IVs out in the center now. Yeah, these you can dominate in this area pretty much because they've got a better range. The Shermans can't come out here. We've only got the Fireflies that can kind of deal with this kind of weaponry at the moment, and 17 pounders. So it looks like he's just probing out here a little bit. By this point, he should know that there's no 17 pounders around here. There's nothing's firing at him. 12-12. Oh, we are on. I'll say don't know what the settings are. It's definitely a 60-minute time limit. Because there's 51 minutes left. No tick to speak of. Focke-Wulf coming in again. Oh, realigning to fire. I think this flak is going to go down fairly soon. The priest is firing it again, just firing one of them at it. How much is going to increase the rate? The rate of fire is 6 rounds per minute, so it probably goes up to about 9. About 9 or 10-ish at 2 stars. It's likely to go down. He's falling it back, which gives it reduced damage when you're on fallback mode, so might live, but it's not going to take much more to kill it. Focke-Wulf coming in, pinning the infantry down there. So a single rifle's Piat with the double Bren in light cover. He's managing to pin it already, I think. There's a second one coming in, going to deal with this. That might take his squad out. Ooh, nearly. Nice hits there. Leader doing some nice work. Sniper Scout in the church. Return fire only, so he's just here purely for reconnaissance, not for shooting. And he's on 2 stars as well. Very nice. Oh, and here comes a Spitfires. One gets repressed. The other one gets its load off. SDKFZ is not going to be able to take these down. Yeah, these have been reducing the price by quite a bit. Let me get on one. Oh, quickly. Ah, too late. This one? Can I see you? Nope. Oh, this one does go down. Unlucky. Oh, and we've got a flag taken in the center now. This quite often happens in 2v2 games. Like people, they focus on their own flank and they neglect the center. We've got a lot of Panzer IVs in here. Flag 41's in here as well to repulse any air that comes in, and SDKFZ as well. Very nice. Back to 1212. Where's the flag gone? Possibly in the north. Oh no, it's just here. That's going to be dealt with soon enough. In the north, what's going on here? 6 airborne, the infantry, they've gradually been worn down there. It's Tetrarch Littlejohn in a precarious position. Don't want to be staying around there for too much longer. This Panzer IV has eyes on him, he's going to get him for sure. Well, very cautious play from both teams. Looks like they're sort of preparing for their own little pushes here and there. Flag 41 does go down. Nice takedown. And it's on the road as well. Like, you don't want to put your AA directly on roads like this, especially important junctions here where reinforcements are coming in. It's lucky this didn't get unloaded. If it was in a normal what they called Opel Blitz, then I'm sure that would have been unloaded just by the suppressive fire from the HE shells. SDKFZ, oh, he's not moved it. This is what I was saying before, you need to be on your micro. He's going to get it away. Don't want to be losing that thing. They are expensive and they do a hell of a lot of work. Does get out. Lucky boy. Still it's 12-12 with this flag being taken here. The Pioneers are coming in round here though to take care of this flag. There's more units coming in here as well. Yeah, because I think he's got the impression that they're walking across the water here. So he's reinforcing with too many troops. This needs to be dealt with. I don't know why it's not being dealt with yet. In the north, mortar play coming in. We've got some 25 pounders as well. And they are just bombing at the packs. Yeah, so there's a lot of contention in this area. There is a lot of stuff going on here. But no one's making the final push yet. The amount of armour on the Axis side here is quite significant, especially in the centre and to the north. Whereas, yeah, the Allies, almost nothing really. They've got nothing actually. It's not even a single Sherman out. Typhoon's coming in now though. So this is going to be the answer to the armour. Flag 43 not getting a shot off in time. The Typhoon takes out the Panzer IV there. Nice takedown. And it's going to get out alive as well. Tempest. Another fantastic fighter here. One of the best fighters in the game. Oh, AA coming out a little bit too much there. He might get taken down by his Panzer IV. Is he going to get out of line of sight in time? Looks like it. Sherman here. Single Sherman in the south has been taken down. VRE coming in. Nice. Where's that going? Yeah, this can do. It's 500 meter range only. These things are just insane. 14.5 damage. They can actually blow up tanks. But rate of fire 2 rounds per minute. Frontal ammo 150 millimeters. They're pretty handy piece of equipment for 85 points. If you get them in the right position on this map, it will do pretty all right around it. It's a defensive weapon around this area, and just popping in and out, blapping things. Could do some good. Yeah, the Axis do have the advantage at the moment in terms of tick, and they're holding an extra flag still at the moment. Allies determined to take out as much flak as they can. Their game plan here seems to be get rid of the AA and possibly building up a big air force. Tempest coming in for a free run here, taking a Pioneer out. Kind of giving this away for free. Just walk some infantry out here would be a nice idea right now. Panzergrens here, and the double MGs are going to be a problem. More to be supplied. He's not spotted this yet and had a go at it. They're just clearing out the town here. There's an awful lot of armour. I would be expecting some kind of push here. 6 Airborne, very light. He must be investing just in air, nothing else. We did see 3 Spitfires before. I'm not sure if they were Canadian Spitfires. Priest laying down fire. He's got eyes on where the snipers coming in good here. He can see, even though it doesn't see line of sight here, the church, you can see over the buildings. That's going to go down, I'm sure of it. 2 of them fire at the same time. It's going to go. It's got to go. Yes. Very nice takedown there. Panzer IV getting stuck behind enemy lines. Going at the priest. Nice. He's gone on a mission to kill them. And in the south, both the Allied players are leaving their towns very, very limited numbers in there. He's just going to waltz in there and take it all. 17 pounder on the hill, but he can't see anything. He needs to pop this out. This should have been out a long time ago. Would have been able to deal with a lot of this. Take out the half-tracks and the Panzer IV. These priests, they need something to help them out now. Oh, this Panzer IV, we might see a couple of Typhoons coming in and taking these out, possibly. Because the AA is gone. There's another 2 more Flak 41s coming out. Yeah, the Sherman coming to the centre, Sherman in the south. Although Sherman's going to be massively outranged. And what did that go down to? Ah, right, he's moved the 17 pounder up now. That's going to be able to deal with these Panzer IVs. Sharpish. We're back to a 12-12. But the Allies need to start thinking about how they're going to attack. They're going to need to gain some flags at some point. And the 17 pounder is going to go down. Oh no, not quite, not quite. It survives. Targeted the Jeep by accident there. Unfortunate. It's another one coming in to finish the job though. Absolutely no AA back here. It's a big mistake. That's probably why he didn't bring out the 17 pounder earlier. He didn't want to lose it, but now it's going to go down. Oh no, it survived. The fallback mechanic comes in clutch there. Spitfire coming across. What's he going for? The half track. Just want to make sure he holds onto that flag. It's not taking it out. Lucky to get the bombs off, actually. Sherman now. Oh, is he going to get in range of the Panzer IV in time or not? He's been penned. Has he even seen it? He's seen it. Is he going to be able to get a shot off? Oh, bounce. I think he's down. Bounce again. He can pen it at this range because Panzer IVs have terrible frontal armor. 75. But it's definitely in favour of the Panzer IV at the moment. At max range, the Sherman is nowhere near as effective. It does go down. Rifles coming in now. They're going to get sniped by this Panzer IV as well. This is a thorn in their side at the moment. Needs to get rid of that. Bofors coming out now. Better late than never. And the flags are still being lost. 13-11 now. In the north. Grosse Deutschland making an advancement across the river now. And this is big problems for 6 Airborne player in the north here. He's bringing in 2 units of infantry that's going to be nowhere near enough. This Centaur 4, as long as he doesn't get sniped by a tank, will be able to help cover this road a little bit. I guess he lost the other one. Surely it's not the same one, it's been in the game. And then again, possibly it is. Back to 12-12. Lots and lots of Axis infantry in here. Vickers in the forest here is going to do absolutely nothing. Needs to be on the edge to stop these kind of advances. Tempest coming in. You just have to make very good use of these planes. Keep them alive as well. Artillery's not firing at the moment. If he loses this hill here, that's going to be really bad for him. Very bad indeed. In the south, this hill's looking much better. He needs to start advancing some units across here as soon as he can, really. Oh, and we've got Nebelwerfer, 300mm, firing away. That 17 pounder's done for. In the south, some Panzergrenadier across the river, hiding out in the forest. They're going to be taken care of fairly sharpish, I reckon. But It's very precarious here. On both sides here, actually, it's quite weak deployment. There's a massive push in the centre. And, yeah, the Allies they're not reacting quickly enough from my point of view at the moment. The Axis probably being a little bit overcautious. They've got so much stuff here. They are advancing now. Just can the Allies react quickly enough to this? The artillery is coming down. It's helping out a fair bit here. The planes are not getting much luck. There's too much AA around for him to get off any shots. And the artillery is preoccupied with dealing with the infantry pushes. Mortar support here as well, very nice. In the far north, the Axis across the river. This Tripolton is not going to last too much longer. If these just move up a little bit, that'll be gone. That might give the player the opportunity to think he can do some bombing runs in the north. He already can, to be honest, with these Tripolton. Oh, Tripolton is up now, actually, so that's much more dangerous. But he needs to move near the commander, get it a double star. Having these clumped together like this is asking for trouble, in my opinion. You need to spread these out a bit. Put them at 4 points around the circle. Not that circles have 4 points, but you know what I mean. Because otherwise, they get counter-batteried by any heavy arty piece on here. You can take out 2 at once when they're bunched up like that. It's 12-12. There's still plenty of time left. By no means over. The Axis is definitely on the front foot here. And now we're seeing some heavy equipment coming out. The Panther A. 2k range. Be able to lay down some fire into the town here. So there's no chance of getting across this river at the moment. Possibly right down in the south, you could sneak a push in here. This is where, well, when you're playing Allies against Axis, oops, excuse me, and all you have is Shermans, especially Commonwealth, you need some mortars, you need to lay down some smoke. Priests have a bit of smoke, not a lot though. But yeah, smoking off like an area like here and here, and just rushing some troops in, getting into this forest. You can even push back and get a flag here. Put pressure on these flags at least. Make your opponent react to it. Nebelwerfer's coming in now in the south. I imagine he's going to be trying to clear out this clump of infantry. Doesn't seem to have much... Oh, any recon actually. There's no recon there. No dedicated recon use. Oh, now comes a plane train. One of them gets repulsed. The Mosquito. Is it going to survive? Bombing run successful there. Second bombing run successful. This Mosquito looks like he's going to take the bullet. This Spitfire is going to go down. Surely it's going to go down. Oh, he's going to lose 2 Spitfires there. That's terrible. Or is the second one going to get away? Maybe, maybe not. Ooh, no. Bad losses there. You can't bring out Spitfires. I'm sure they're more vulnerable to AA than all the other fighter bombers with bad resilience. I'm sure they are. These are not even up-vetted AA as well, but these 37mm, they are deadly, to be honest. Flag 41 going down. He needs to be targeting these. The Flag 41 will not generally kill your planes. These things will. No problem. And the SDK have said, oh, there is a lot in there, to be honest. And this is at 2-star. That's what's been doing the damage, I'd say. That would be a nice pick-off here as well. Could get to them. It's at 12-12, but the advantage is, I'd say, tipping more and more in favour of the Axis. Nebelwerfer fired at the arty battery in the back here. It's going to take out the 17-pounder transport. Ooh. Yeah, 17-pounders are worth their weight in gold in the long game. It has survived, so it can still do some use if he pops it just even here. Defense, because in case he sneaks around another Panzer IV. The other Nebelwerfer is firing as well. Is he going to get one of these priests or not? That's a rocket. Oh, I think he's going to get away with it. Oh no, oh no, no. Oh, 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 oh. Got away with it. Very nice. And still got a decent amount of shells in. These got lots of shells in them as well. This Mosquito, this is a bad idea. And then again, he might get his bomb off here and get away. Nope, he's dead. Really unfortunate. Some mortars in here now on defensive fire in these areas where he can see the AA. Oh, he has got out. He has got out. Lucky boy. Actually, if I just give him the kiss of death, I did give him the kiss of death. Back to a 12-12, but at the moment it's the actual the flags and a tick is not massively important. It's positions on the field. Leavenworth are firing again, taking out Crusader. I've got a sneaky feeling. I'm not sure how much air they have. These two divisions. I don't really play them much at all. But if there's a possibility the Axis might be building up some big airplay. Typhoon coming in now. This is something he doesn't want to lose. Oh, but he's lost sight of the Tiger. Oh, that is really unfortunate. He's going to lose this too. Oh, that is fatal. It's looking really bad now. That's a key piece of equipment he needs in the game. A whole more train of Panzer IVs coming through in the centre. Another Tiger coming in. That Tiger was taken out by something somewhere. Oh no, wrong section here. The Challenger, it can do some work to it, but nope, it's very vulnerable. The Challenger, the armour on the Challenger is terrible, even though it's got 17 pound on it. Typhoon, why? You're gonna die. Get out of there. If he puts this on defensive fire for where he sees it AA, he needs to get rid of that, repress it. It's just one Tiger. An AT gun in here would do the trick. Again, he's going to lose another Typhoon here. I'm short of it. Yeah, it's going towards the SDKFZ, then it's gone. Oh, this is awful. I think he's got a message now. He is retreating them. This Spitfire that's going to be dead as well if he doesn't retreat it. What you can do is when you target something like this and then get it to retreat in a certain direction. When it goes this way, oh, I think he might. Is he going to get out? Yeah, I think he's going to get out. But it's still 12-12, so all is not lost. He did lose a priest in the end there. This one's still got a decent number of shells in it. But I feel the Allies are not making any decisive pushes anywhere. They're just hoping their planes can wear down the enemy, which isn't going to happen. Tigers taking down Shermans. Shermans are not the way to deal with these things. They're getting up onto the ridge now and we have to cut off reinforcement roads. Need some 17 pounders. Need some in this forest here. In here. Need to pop some back here as well. Pick off these units on the hill. Also around here. In here. But it looks like we're going to hit critical mass. There's just not enough in the north there for the Allies. Panther 8 as well. More 2K range units. Yeah, I do hear a lot of people saying that the Axis is much stronger on team games. I don't think that's true at all. It just depends on how you play them. Even like people might say, oh, they're 6 airborne as well and Canadian. They don't have much in the way of decent armor, but the 17 pounders, they can do some work. And you've got lots of cheap infantry, so you can spam it out a lot. Kangaroos coming in now. Why are they called kangaroos, I wonder? Maybe because they think it's a pouch at the front where the guys sit. Oh yeah, here comes some plane spam. Yeah, this is what I was worried about for the Allied side. This is gone now. This is collapsed. This Challenger is not going to stand up to all this. Be able to pick off the Panzer IVs at a distance, but they're coming into range now as well. See, good gun on it. 170mm pen, frontal armor 75, terrible. Very, very unusual design. This is like a tank killer, but you need to be sneaky with it. You need to jump in and out of cover. The rate of fire is not spectacular on it either. It can get sort of one shot off, and now it's dead. Tiger's at 1 star, so if it hits it, it's done for. You might get a kill on the Tiger, that'd be nice. Good pen on it. But it's not going to do it. This Tiger's now very vulnerable. You might get a Tiger here. It's going to be a nice takedown. Very good, very good. Well, here's the vulnerable position. How's he going to deal with this clump? Here's the 17 pounder finally coming in. Oh, he needs to get this off the road quickly. If it gets spotted, it's going to be bad news. Now the Typhoon's going to be put to use as the tanks advance a bit too far forward, I would say. He needs to move the flak up here. Possibly move these up as well a little bit. But it's 15-9 now. No movement in the towns, in the south, in the north. Axis advancing over the River More. They were pushed back briefly, but now they've made another beachhead. Let's try Paulson. Looks like it's going to go down. Air landing coming in. It's a good amount of infantry in here now, but Sturmgruppe, 300 meters. Actually, the commanders in here as well. Don't want to be losing that. It's definitely be causing problems at least. 17 pounder in here now as well. I can deal with this Tiger. The closer this Tiger gets, the more vulnerable it is. It's 2-star 17 pounder as well. Very good chance of hitting. Yeah, because the accuracy 45, like with 2 stars, you're probably talking about 56, 57, 58 chance of pen, which is good. Yeah, Tiger goes down. There's a 6 pounder in here as well. But everywhere else, this challenge is still alive. Probably not for much longer. Yeah, Tiger's going to get eyes on him now. Struggling against this Pioneer in the forest. Just 1 unit of Pioneers, keeping everyone at bay. Oh, Big Boom at it. It's too clumped up here. I guess these are on counter battery. He's going to take down a Nebelwerf. That's a nice takedown, actually. There's another one coming out, though. How can they stop this bleed? I'm not sure they can with what's on the field at the moment. This artist stopped firing now. I think he just needs to be pounding this area. This is going to be almost impossible to move. I think the Allies' best bet is to make an advancement, and clearly the south is the best way to do that. Could get hold of these 2 flags, take down this Panther with a 17 pounder or something, and push up onto the hill here. Then they might be able to pull it back, possibly. There's too much down here. There's no way he's going to be able to deal with all of it. That's the right place to put 17 pounder. If he sneaks this in and out of cover, picks off these tanks one at a time, that would be very nice. Yeah, planes coming in again. These Focke-Wulf rocket bombers doing nice work. All the AA is destroyed back here now. 17 pounder coming out again. Wants to deal with this Panther. 16-8 now. Has he lost the north? He has. Snuck a flag here. Tetrak coming in. I was going to clean that up. Won't hold that flag for much longer. But he's still just bringing in a steady stream of infantry across this river. Nothing's stopping them. 17 pounder. Taken down by the Tiger. There's only 6 pounder left, which can deal 115 pen against the 125. Ugh. It does have a decent chance. If the Tiger comes in closer, you can pen it. But yeah, 6 airborne player. Looks like they've dropped the ball here. They've not quite been able to use their equipment as best as they could. Too many airplanes thrown away. This is unmovable now. 17 pounder. There's going to need some huge bombing runs coming in here. I need to clear out the tanks as well. Panther. It's going to go down to the 17 pounder for sure. Another 17-pounder back here. Probably wants to be moving this across the bridge as soon as possible. Move this one. Maybe not. No, the flak 41 will be able to blow these to pieces with HE rounds. Sherman just protecting the forest here. Now, great CQC tanks. These things, I always like to think of these as heavily armoured mobile machine guns. Because, yeah, these Brownings and your M2HB do a ton of damage. But look at that. Ridiculous amount of damage. The HE as well also backs it up with a decent amount of damage. So as infantry support, these are unbelievably good. Against tanks, not so great. I thought it was going to curse me now to take down the Panther. Yeah, it could take down the Panther, but only with a side shot. Frontal armor, it doesn't stand much of a chance against anything other than Panzer IVs. Then the disadvantage is the Panzer IV has an extra 250 meter range on you. So, yeah, problematic. Still no push being made. They have gained the flags back in this area. It's still being ticked down. He's starting to make a push across the river now, but there's no armor to come in and back it up. You do need some kind of armor in around it. There's no AT guns. Is it a single AT gun for the Axis? Oh yes, there's one. There's a Pak 40 in here, and I imagine there's one up here. Yeah, there's one up here as well. That's it. They don't really need anything else because their armor does all the tank killing for them. They've got this flag back. That's good. Just need to get this one. But how on earth are you going to move this? Wow, wow, wow. Oh, the artillery's being decimated. These Nebelwerfers, a real pain for the Allied side. Bofors needs to unload soon. This 40 mil's not in a great position here. His line of sight is pretty awful. Wants to move it more up onto the ridge, but that will make it vulnerable to attack. Spitfire's coming in for a... Are they just probing? Looks like they're just probing. Yeah, flag 41. Maybe he's going to start targeting that now. So another thing to be aware of against these big slow-firing suppressive pieces. If you bring in two planes at once like that, this with one shot will hit both planes. So you want to, like these two clustered together, they'll get hit by both of them, suppressed with one shot. So ideally you want to bring your planes in from slightly different angles or staggered, not in one big bulk, to avoid that from happening. Because then one plane will get repressed, whereas the other one will manage to fire off its bombs or its rockets or whatever. 21 minutes remaining. Axis way ahead, way ahead. In fact, oh, I was about to speed it up, yeah. And the surrender comes in, which was definitely the right choice. And that's Losnica. Is that a 2v2 map or is it a 3v3 map? I think it is a 2. I think it's might be classed as a 3v3. I'm not entirely sure, but it works on 2v2. Yeah, Panzer Lehr doing the work. I think a lot of that with the MGs, just smashing things to pieces. They're doing really well. So, not terrible KD to be honest. It's just that they didn't... KD doesn't really matter if you're not getting any flags. It's as simple as that. And where the Allies do function better than the Axis is if they get their infantry into CQC fights. Maybe you're not against Grosse Deutschland, but certainly against Lehr. If you get them into CQC range, they will mop them up fairly effectively. Simply because the Brens can fire at 100 meters. You don't want to be engaging above 100 meters if you can help it. But that's, yeah, easily said and done. That's why I'm saying smoke is really important for the Commonwealth divisions, in my opinion. Well, especially Canadian and 6th Airborne and 15th Infantry. And what's the other one? Yeah, the Indian Rifles. Yeah, the 8th Indian as well, kind of. And New Zealand can kind of handle themselves a bit because they got the Gurkhas, for the 8th Indian, and you got the Maoris for the New Zealanders. Let's have a look at the kills here. So it was Bendy's perspective we got. Priest doing nice work. Only had 2 of them as well. Really nice. 17 pounder. Nice work from Nad. Nice work from this 17 pounder. Again, there's a lot of half tracks taken down, which can be an annoyance. Panzer IV taken down as well. Oh, the AVRE, I didn't get to see that. Oh dear, unfortunate. Pioneers and the Shreks. And 17 pounder taking down 2 Panthers. But taking heavy losses. I'm expecting to see lots of Panzergren kills in here. Yeah, rifles getting mashed up. Actually, it's a lot of, seems to be a lot of tank kills. Nebelwerfer. Oof. Wow. Actually, it looks worse than it is. The Kangaroos, not so, but definitely took down supplies. That's annoying. 17 pounder, the AA, the big boom arty. Panzergren's mopping things up. Pioneers killing. Yeah, it's mostly armor kills there. Anyway, that's that. So I'll see you again soon, I imagine. Goodbye.